on beauty, on things for the kitchen. We've got so many wonderful things available. Big weekend, lots of great deals, lots of great values, so check it all out on hsn.com. This past Monday, we launched an amazing deal from our best-selling smoke detectors from Samurai, and you and I tonight have the final quantity of the season. Let me show you. First of all, this is a smoke detector that doesn't look like the smoke detectors that we're used to. That's what we normally buy, what we have right now, and that's the next generation of smoke detector. For so many of us, the smoke detectors in our home, we know can drive us crazy. Maybe they're beeping at us all night long, and you got on the ladder, you took the battery out, you forgot to put the battery in, and the wires are still hanging down. Or maybe too many false alerts, too many false alarms. What happened was, when Samurai launched this a couple years ago, they said, we want to harness this new technology, advanced photoelectric sensors, but we want to bring the price much lower, because you can spend a lot of money on this type of technology. We want to put it in a form and a factor that has a 10-year battery built in, so no more worrying about batteries. These are easy and simple to install. I say install, we're going to show you how you can just stick them to the wall or the ceiling, and today's offer is huge. Normally, one of these with the shipping is around $30 for one. On Monday, we launched a 2-pack. Instead of one for $30 with the shipping, it's 2 for $39.99. So 2 for $39.99. It's a great nudge in the right direction to help make sure that we are safe and secure and doing all that we can to protect ourselves and our loved ones at home. Last I looked before the show, we had around 1,600 left, I believe. These will sell out in the next 10 minutes or so. He's known by many things, many names, some of which cannot be repeated. But tonight he is Samurai Joe. Joe, sir, how are you, my friend?
Doing well. I love that I'm known by many names.
We can't get into that, Joe.
Absolutely.
It's a family show, you know that.
Absolutely.
Joe, this is a big deal. These are important smoke detectors.
It's a huge deal, especially when you think about what's in your house. Whether you have a house, whether you have an apartment, whether you're in a condo, wherever you're staying, most likely you have one of these guys. And like Adam showed you, not only is the form factor smaller, but man, the technology is fantastic. If you have this, the reason why it's so big, the sensor in here is designed in the 70s. The sensor that's in here was designed 7 years ago. It is the most advanced technology you can get. Now, have you ever taken a hot shower and this thing goes off, and what do? You blow the towel to it to get rid of the air. That's what we all do. With this one, it knows the difference between a hot shower and the really fire coming off your stove. When you hear that alarm go off, you know it is a true alarm. It's not just one of those, oh, the alarm's acting funny today. It is detecting things that are in the air that could harm you and your family. But I love, because this, not only the small form factor, the usage of the battery now lasts up to 10 years. And the battery already comes installed on it. It's a special type of battery that's built into this, that it's already there. You just pull the little tab when you first get this home. That makes the connection between the battery and the detector, and then you are done for the next 10 years. You are done until the year 2033. You don't even have to touch anything, but what Samurai recommends is there's a button on the front side. You hold that button down now every 6 months, and when you hold that button down to test it, you hear that loud 85 decibel sound. That's all you need to do to test it. With these guys, you're changing the batteries every 6 months. With this, you just test it. And why does it have a 10-year battery life? Because the U.S. Fire Administration recommends we change out our detectors every 10 years. So if you have one of these guys, and this was built back in the 70s, I can guarantee you there are people in there that still have the original one back from the 70s. What happens is each one of these sensors, they have dirt, dander, debris that's in the air, and Adam, it starts to lose its efficiency after 10 years. So if you say, you can't tell yourself, yeah, I replaced mine 2013 or newer, Adam, you need to update yourself. Update your house, keep your house safe, and get a 2-pack of these today.
You know, I talked about it on Monday, but these are what we have throughout our house. It's actually the best-selling product ever on Monday's open house show. I hope you can join me this coming Monday at 9. But they are brilliant technology at a fraction of the price that you can spend in the stores. The sad thing is, you know, millions of people go out this week and buy smoke detectors, and they'll walk away with this type of smoke detector versus this type because the price of these can be so expensive. With Samurai, they are bringing it down to a level that is equal to what you would spend on a basic smoke detector. And what I love is that, you know, sometimes you buy something from HSN and it arrives in the box and you're excited, and you think, oh geez, I gotta call somebody to install it, I gotta get a tool bag. I don't I don't have the time for that. Well, what's wonderful is that you do get mounting hardware if you want, but you also get this very snazzy 3M sticky disc. You peel off one side, and I can't do this because Joe's running out of these, so I'll just pretend to do it.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I saw the look of fear in your eyes, like, not again.
It's specialty tape, Adam, because not only is it really strong and designed to last 10 years, it's actually even designed to withstand heat that comes from a fire. So it's not just regular 3M adhesive tape, it's special type of tape that's even fire resistant.
So once you take off the outer layer, you stick it on, and then look, I'll pretend to do it, but I'll go over here, I'll pretend. I see a wall, let's go to this wall over here. You do not need to get on a ladder, go to the ceiling up high. You say eye level or above, right,
Eye level
Joe?
and above, Adam, that's all you need.
So just right there, I could place it right there, hold it for how long?
About 30 seconds.
Okay.
And then you're good.
And
flat surface, like no popcorn ceilings, as long as it's a flat surface, painted surface, tiled surface, vinyl surface, whatever it is, as long as it's flat and eye level and above, Adam, it will be there for 10 years.
I'm getting a cramp. I'm going to put my hand down now. Guys, we have with everyone on the phone fewer than 1,100 now left. These are selling out. This is the final quantity for the next several months. Joe, you had mentioned maybe summertime for a return.
Absolutely. It's going to take some time to get it because the sensor, I mean, there's all kinds of crazy things that are out there, but the sensors that are on here, you can pick them up every single day. The sensors that are in this are very difficult to get because this sensor technology has been around since the 70s. They have so many of them. With this, it's a new sensor that was developed within the last 7 years. It's a photoelectric sensor. It is a smarter sensor. It is a next generation sensor. When you hear the alarm go off, it is a true alarm, a true alert, time to get out of the house. But when these first were designed, when these first came out back in the 70s, the code in 1970 was one smoke detector for your entire house. Now things are changing. Today's code, if you're building a house, is you need to have a smoke detector in every bedroom of the house. If you don't have that, it's time to pick one up. They also recommend a smoke detector in every hallway to every major living space. If you don't have that, you should pick one up. They also recommend one in every major living space or living areas, front room and back room. You need to pick one up. Those are the only ones that are designed for the code. But now you start thinking about, well, I've heard my neighbor had a fire because the laundry room and the vent, the dryer had all that vent dander, and that was causing a fire. We have one in our laundry room. Down in the basement, you should put one. In the garage, you should put one. Even if you're just making it up to code, okay, you've got enough reasons to do it, but then there's so many other reasons why you should have it. And Adam, even if you have these, no problem. You're adding extra layer of security to your house, so don't get rid of them if they're less than 10 years old. This is a great way to keep your entire house nice and safe.
Guys, real fast, our team just let me know. We're about to fall under 1,000 left. There's no advanced order or extended delivery. This is the final show until maybe late summer, early summer, at the very, very earliest. Just the reason why we've sold over 4,000 and why there's less than 1,000 left is because one of these is normally about $30 with shipping. Normally one is about $30 with shipping. We're doing two for $39.99. So it is an amazing buy. If you buy a couple sets, obviously you can start to protect so many areas of the home. They look different and they are different. Everything evolves, technology gets smarter. This is smarter, less false alarms, more accuracy, a battery life that can last 10 years. Joe, just the amount of money you save on batteries.
I know, I went out to the store, got some batteries. If you had two of these and you're supposed to replace them with a battery every 6 months, this is what 10 years worth of batteries would look like. Adam, that cost me $67.
Wow.
Just for batteries for 10 years. And keep in mind, I'm putting batteries into 1970s technology.
Right.
It's stuff that's almost now 50 years old, where with your Samurai today, you have an advanced sensor, you've got a better battery, you've got a smaller footprint you can put anywhere, and you can put it as long as it's eye level and above, you are done. The battery's already even included right there. You pull that plastic tab, that starts day one. They even include a little sticker that's on the backside to let you know when you installed it, but you've got it, you're ready to go. Now your entire house is protected. So even if you're thinking, well, I gotta go get batteries for the other guy, this is even a better way to do it. It's gonna save you money over the long run, and it's also gonna keep your house safe. And for me, you know, my story was, I was down here at HSN. We had these throughout our house. We bought this house, it was a used house. My wife calls me up, she's like, I smell something. And she ended up smelling, there was a wire that was burning within our wall that was less than 15 feet away from our smoke detector. The fire department shows up, they found out where it was. the smoke detector that we had was almost 20 years old. Wow. I didn't realize that you're supposed to replace these every 10 years. I'd never heard about it until the fire department said, yeah, you're supposed to replace these every 10 years. That's when I realized it's time to get a better solution. So if you have these around your house and they're getting old, the reason why we recommend getting this is because the filters in there, they can't process that air. They start to get cluttered with dirt and dander debris. Like, how do your cabinets look? How do your countertops look after just a few months? Imagine what it looks like after 10 years. It's just not protecting you anymore. This is the best way to keep your family safe.
Joe, guess how many are left?
How many?
You got to guess.
1,200.
No, you're wrong. You weren't even listening to what I said the last time.
I wasn't.
With everybody on
I wasn't listening.
With everybody on the phone line, we have now fewer than 700. Wow. That's being generous. This is a last opportunity to get them. They are a phenomenal product. They broke all the records when they were launched because they really took that newer technology that can be so expensive and made it so super affordable. Don't buy this when you can buy this. They're smaller, they're more attractive, and you do not need anybody to install them. Remember, there are too many house fires every single year. We can never ever take it for granted. We always need to be overprotected to look after ourselves, our loved ones, our pets. The minute this arrives, you get the sticky 3M disc, you stick one side there and then stick it to the wall. You don't even have to be on the ceiling. It can be eye level or above. So within seconds of the package arriving, you put these up, we feel a little bit better. We feel a bit more protected. We feel less vulnerable. That is why when Samurai launched this, when they showcased the technology, when they talk about the 10-year battery, no more hassles or frustrations or absolutely getting up in the middle of the night to take that battery out. Like Joe said, you activate this, we're talking 2033. 33?
Yeah.
Joe, it's a long way in the future.
It is. I mean, you don't even want to think about how far that is into the future. And if you're thinking, okay, I love this technology, I don't want to worry about it for 10 years, but who's Samurai? Samurai's been a partner here at HSN for over 4 years, and they've sold over 500,000 home and personal security items. That's what you're getting today. It is a safety item, a brand that's been trusted, a brand that's been here for a long time. If you guys didn't love them, you guys are passionate about your reviews, you know it wouldn't be back on here, but you guys are loving them because it is a simple solution to keep your family safe. You know, if there's one of these items that you could buy, when you think about when you're shopping, this is one thing that is a necessity. It is small, it is compact, but it gives you the latest generation in smoke detection. Because when you see that right there, this sensor here was designed within the last 7 years. This one was designed back in the 70s. And when you think about latest generation, do you want something that's over 50 years old protecting your house, or do you want the absolute latest? This is it. And what happens with these big guys is that the battery starts going out. Yeah. You get that alarm going off in the middle of the night. You pull down the battery like, I'll replace it tomorrow. Then I'll replace it next week. Well, the U.S. Fire Administration says that 3 out of 5 home fire deaths result with a smoke detector that never had a battery that was in it. Because we all do that. We take the batteries out. You just want to go to sleep. With this one, you have 10-year battery life that is built into it. You put it on there today, and Adam, 10 years worth of peace of mind.
Well, soon you're about to see our clock appearing, and that's going to count us down to the end. Obviously, if you're heading to the phone now, you'll get a set. If you go to hsn.com, that'll be your fastest way in. However you want to shop, however is easiest for you. Remember as well, if you've bought anything else today and you get to that $75, you're going to get free shipping and handling as well. So for example, if you've got a situation where you think, well, maybe I need 2 sets of these. If you buy 2 sets of these, you'll get free shipping and handling on the entire order. So that's a nice thing to do. Or maybe you're buying it for your son and daughter-in-law that just moved into their first home. These are next level smoke detectors. And sometimes it takes a moment like this to kind of nudge us in the right direction to say, yeah, I should get those. I know that the ones I've got are old. They do drive me wild. This gives us extra protection. I always say it, but it's a non-negotiable. It's something that we have to do. And that's why when Joe's here and he's able to explain it, even the savings of buying the batteries. I mean, Joe, it pays for itself very quickly.
Yeah, with these guys, they're recommended every 6 months to replace the battery. And so for me, if I bought 2 of these, it's 10 years worth of batteries, cost me $67. And keep in mind, I'm putting that into 1970s technology. You know, for me, that's not something that I feel comfortable in. When you see these, the reason why they're so big, the sensor's that big. Adam, they haven't changed the sensor at all. It is still this massive sensor on there. So when you go to the store, you just see these over and over and over again. And when you're looking at your house, so so many times when you buy a house, they put in the builder grade quality,
Yes.
which is the absolute lowest.
Basic.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so cheap to make these, but still, these cost $30, $40 a piece. You'll easily find those. With this one, it is smaller because the sensor is more advanced. It doesn't need to be this big thing anymore. And it also uses less battery life. So you don't have to use those big batteries anymore. The battery's already included. It's a specialty type of battery that is constantly analyzing the air hundreds of times a second. And when you hear something, when you hear that loud 85 decibel alarm, it's not because you took a hot shower. Adam, it's detecting something real, and it's time to get out of the house.
Joe, just before we wrap up, you can see, guys, we're at 636. I can't keep up with it. That's not with everybody on the phone line. This is a last chance. Joe is not back with these till early summer, maybe late summer, depending on shipping. The value today, and the reason why this was so successful when we launched it on Monday, is because one of these is normally $30 plus the shipping. We're doing two for $39 and change. So it really is an amazing offer, something that makes us feel better, safer, more secure. Joe, you cannot gamble when it comes to fire and also the threat of fire.
You know, it's one of the top reasons why people call 911, just an extra layer of security. And whether we give you if you have a screwdriver or the sticky tape, you know, we're making it easy for you to keep your house safe.
Joe, just before I let you go and before these sell out, can we just flip our graphics to the carbon monoxide detectors? We have less than 100 of these.